Bleaching back power. Let's get back to it. The Khazars all converted to Judaism as a political ploy during the Middle Ages in 740 AD. It appears they learned all they could from the real Jews and Hebrews before usurping them, selling them into slavery, or killing them and taking over in their place using their corrupted form of Judaism to hide behind while continuing the treachery right until modern times. Most of Europe's historical hate for Jews is hate for the ruthless Khazars who continue to be hated in spite of becoming Jews. Hatan exposes that the Khazars are the real anti-Semites who have labeled themselves as Zionists and Jews to deceive the world and furthering their own plans for global and political conquests. Big facts. Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, verses 1 through 68 proves that. So you wrote yourself into existence. You wrote yourself into power through murder, mass genocide, and a few other things that you did to be in the position of power that you are in now, whether that be financial or whatever else it is, right? This is what you did to get there, okay? The modern Jews have no right to use the term anti-Semitic, since they are not Semitic or real Jews. They use this term as a tool of manipulation to shut people up when people notice and speak out against the wrongdoing of the Jews. They themselves are the real anti-Semites. Friedman writes, the word anti-Semitism is another word which should be eliminated from the English language. All right. I don't know what Kanye got going on, Whoopi Goldberg and plenty others. Other than them telling what it is, man. That's it. They telling the truth. Okay. Probably ain't read this book. All right. A little hearsay in there. But whatever they got going on, they on or something. They know. It's obvious that they know. We all know, right? Revelations 2 and 9, Revelations 3 and 9, right? Black people think that's talking to them, right? They're talking to black people saying you are not. You who say that you are Jew, but you are not, are indeed of the synagogue of Satan. They talking about you, black man. The roles have been switched. That's why we are Gentile, they are Jew. You have to be grafted in. They have to accept you. Do you understand that? So for all of the Hebrew camps that don't accept the African as being their brother, as I just read, this is your brother. And it makes no sense. But this is the things, this is what I'm talking about when you're dealing with this God. You will murder in the name of your God, man. Because it's actually who you are and what you really want to do in the first place. That makes you evil, right? Not your God. That's why he doesn't get no blame and he can do what he wants to do, which is the Caucasian at the end of the day in the Bible, starring the white man. His major role is God. His second major role is Jesus. All the other roles that he played, which is Lucifer and Satan, which is to be two different beings, from my understanding. It's all different, but it's the same person. So anyway, that's what it is. All right. Anti-Semitism serves only one purpose today. It is used as a smear word when so-called self-styled Jews feel that anyone opposes any of their objectives. They discredit their victims by applying the word anti-Semite or anti-Semitic through all the channels they have at their command and under their control. Kanye, sounds familiar? All right. And the 13th tribe, author Koestler traces the history of the Khazars and their rise to power. I can do that too. I should break that out. In his telling book, Facts Are Facts, Benjamin Friedman also exposes the suppressed truth about the Khazars and Jews. Their power and control paralleled or exceeded that of the Roman Empire, and they have hidden their tracks exceedingly well. Both albino groups did a form change. It's like Rothschild, whenever name was Bauer, before it became Rothschild. He had changed his name when he came into the money that he had got, right? But anyway, it's another bill. Employing religion, using it as a cloak in order to survive, wrote themselves into history, man, using the Bible. This is how they got Palestine, all right? Because that is one of the blessings in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 68. That is one of the blessings. He said, I'm going to give you a nation, a land, and it shall be of your own, right? That is them writing that shit and using the Bible. European conquest, capitalism, colonialism, genocide, murder, a few other things. All right. In order to survive, both albino groups are still the seat of vast power and control over people in the form of the so-called secret world government and the Roman Catholic Church, which that's just the church. They got their own fucking city, money, power structure. They got their own everything. So I need not go further. But I'm going to read this. Jews were a massive part of the African slave trade in the Americas. Records from the port of Charleston indicated that of 128 slave ships docked there one slavery season, 120 were of Jewish registry. Compiled strictly from Jewish documents, the secret relationship between blacks and Jews by the Nation of Islam reveals the vast Jewish involvement in the Atlantic slave trade. The introduction states, Jews have been conclusively linked to the greatest criminal endeavor ever undertaken against an entire race of people. And this is why Farrakhan be so pissed and so fucking angry when he be talking about these Jews. He made a few jokes in that one, but he was pissed off. You can't be mad, you know. Is that my car? All right. So, where I'm at. They were participants in the entrapment, right? A crime against humanity, the Black African Holocaust. They were participants in the entrapment and forcible exploitation of millions of Black African citizens in the wretched and inhumane life of bondage for the financial benefit of the Jews. I don't own it anymore, and I have had it twice. And it's the book is about $4 by Dr. John Henry Clark, and it's called The African Holocaust and European Capitalism, and it goes deep into the Pope's involvement in the Atlantic slave trade. You know, deep within the recesses of the Jewish historical record is the irrefutable evidence that the most prominent of the Jewish pilgrim fathers used to kidnap Black Africans disproportionately more than any other ethnic or religious group in the New World history, and participating in every aspect of the international slave trade. The immense wealth of Jews as with most of the white colonial fathers, was acquired by brutal subjugation of black Africans. Now compiled for the first time, the Jewish sources revealed the extent of their complicity in black slavery in the most graphic of terms. It's deep.